Hi guys, welcome to Mondays with Mary. So, got a couple of things I wanted to try, and I thought, well, now's as good a time as any. So, if you're new, we pick a number using a random generator between 1 and 500, which correlates with the color cube cards. This week, we have 193. Which has some greens and lilac and orchid and lime. I'm going to use Distress Oxides because I bought this mixed media paper when it first came out from scrapbook.com. I got it was a 4-pack. 2 of the black and 2 of the white, 6x8, and then A2 size. And I've never used it. And I thought, something, I wonder how it would be to use the mixed media paper and the dark cardstock technique using the oxides. So I am going to use the Farmhouse Florals Embossing Folder from Altenew. It's got some really pretty florals, some buds, and a couple of different kinds of leaves. So I already went and, don't know if you can see, embossed the paper. Now, if you have an intricate from Gina K or I think it's well, Close to My Heart had one, and I think they're called Bria, where you can adjust. I highly recommend using one of those. I have one, but I use the Sizzix, and this cardstock is so thick that my normal combination for the embossing folder, 3D embossing folders from Altenew, almost didn't go through. I mean, it was like, am I going to break this folder? I don't know. So if you have one of those machines and you want to use this type of paper, you'd be able to do it without stressing. And like I said, I haven't used it. I think this is a really pretty one. I love this technique. I don't know how it's going to work on the mixed media paper, but that's, what we're here for, just to try things, see if they work. So we're going to use, I don't have any kind of lime, but so for our lime, we're going to use squeezed lemonade. And then bundled sage, mowed lawn, and then spun sugar, and seedless preserves. So those are the colors we're using. I'm going to put our inspiration right there. And then we're going to have a go. Now, the first thing that you have to do if you want this to work is that you need to use a white pigment ink. I use Unicorn ink by Hero Arts, and I love it, but you may have a different white, and I think as long as it's a white pigment, it should work fine. I also like, even though I have all my brushes that I use, I like the little pouncers, the old time pouncers for this. So what we need to do is everything that's raised, we need to turn white for this to work. And we're going to try not to get it on the flat back. But if you do, it's like, it's okay. Sometimes you can erase it. The more white that you can get on the raised parts, the more color is going to show up. So you want to just be gentle and kind of pounce it in. Depending on where you're at. All right. Let me get oh, things are falling. What did I do with my eraser? Bear with me. I'm not sure what I did with my sand eraser. I had it just the other day. Well, I'm not sure that this one will work, but we'll give it a try. I just want to clean up a little bit of the ink that I've kind of gone out of the lines with. Just can't clean it up a little bit before it dries. All right. So I think I'm going to put a little bit more color right there if I can. All right. So I think I've done a couple of these videos, and they've been very popular. So, but I really wanted to try the this new paper that I got. See how it works. This needs to dry, so I'm going to use heat set. So I'm going to heat set it, and then I'll be right back. All right, hopefully it's dry enough. I think it's pretty just with the white. If you wanted something that was really stark like this with the white on the black, it reminds me of kind of a haunted, ghostly look. So, all right, so let's start out with, oops. What do I want first? Spun sugar or villainous potion? We shall see. Let's go with some villainous potion. Let me get a clean one of these, because this is so light. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. I just got this sponge sugar, and it doesn't seem very wet, but we'll try. Doesn't have much color either. But we'll see. This is what this comes in handy, this turntable, so that you can get at different angles. Well, it has a hint of color. We might have to add some extra color there. All right, let's go to the Villainous Potion. So it was hot again here this weekend, but we drove 2.5 hours to the coast and went to Monterey, Carmel area, and it was 40 degrees cooler there. It was a nice change. All right, so these are leaves. All right, here we go. This one's got color. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of this just to darken that one up a little bit, but it'll be lighter because it's got the pink underneath it, so it will be lighter than the other. All right, before we put more of those in, let me get the green going because there's a lot of leaves here. All right, I'm going to do these pointy leaves in bundled sage. All right, so there's a pointy leaf. There's lots of leaves covering these flowers. I didn't realize until we get into it. That's floral. That's those leaves. Here's one of these. So as it dries, it will end up going a little bit lighter. So then we'll just go in and we'll do more. Whoops. Add more color. So I'm going in with a little brush so we could get some color on these tips here. And then I'm gonna clean up a little bit. So far, I am not noticing any big difference in how the paper reacts as opposed to just plain black cardstock. And that's what I wanted to see. All right. So let's use our other mowed lawn for the darker leaves. Let me get here. And we're just tapping the color in. I do think on this paper that the brushes seem to work better as opposed to the pouncers. That could also be just, you know, the design also is just okay. So this looks like it's all petals. Let's try this brush with the bundled sage and see if it lays in a little bit heavier. Yeah, isn't that weird that these brushes work better on this paper? So that is a major difference. And I can't explain why. Whoops. right, well, if that's the case, then let's try going back to this flower. Well, let's finish this flower now that I've defined what's leaf and what is petals. So let's go back to that one. If only I could get the cap off, the top off of this. There we go. And then let's use one of the bigger brushes. Oh, yep. Okay. These brushes that I'm using are from other detailed blending brushes from Altenew, and they come in different sizes. So the reason that the oxide works is because it is a chalkier type of consistency, and it lays up on the it doesn't sink in, it lays on top. All right, let's go back to sponge sugar and see what happens. I'm trying to clean my brush off as much as I can. There's the pink. But you always want to start with that white base. All right. All right, so much for sponge sugar. So I want to get this one yellow. Or the lemonade that we're using for the lime, since I don't have the lime. We'll check this out. Don't mean to spin and make you get sick, sorry. So leave me a message in comments if you've done this technique And if so, what did you use? Especially, did you use regular cardstock, black cardstock? All right, we're getting there. We are slowly getting there. All right. I noticed today that I'm up to 830 subscribers, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, I need to gonna use the mowed lawn to give some definition to that center. Where it has the little, I don't know what those are called. I should look it up. And then we need some buds here. I'm thinking at this point that I don't think I'll use this mixed media paper again, because I don't think it's not having a kind of making the kind of difference that I thought it would. And it's expensive, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, it's expensive, and it just doesn't, and it was, like I said, it was hard getting it through the machine. So I don't think it makes that big of a difference. All right, so I think we're done. I think I need to add a little tiny bit of spun sugar right here in this area. So I will let this dry all the way, because it's, you know, oxides, they dry slow too. And then at the end of, when you're watching this video, you'll see the picture of what it looks like after it dries, and if I need to do any more touch-ups. you'll see it. All right, let's see. Do we need anything? I think I did something weird here. There. Okay. Now I have to go on a hunt for what I did with my sand eraser, though this one's doing okay. All right, so leave me a comment if you've done this before, what you've used, what paper especially that you used, what embossing folder you used. And if you're not a subscriber, and you can hit that subscribe button if you'd like, and it will, if you hit the bell, it'll send you a notification when there's a new video to watch. There's also the thumbs up. If you ever like a video, then thumbs up tells YouTube that you liked it. All right. I think when this layer dries, I'm going to add more here and, you know, build on it. So, but yeah, I think it's okay. But like I said, I don't think I'll be using this paper again because it is so, listen, it's so thick. And I'm sure it's because with mixed media, you're working with a lot of water, you're working with, you know, paints and gels and paste. So that's what it needs to be for. So, all right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.